Pro-Forma describes the presentation of property data that reflects the transaction on an as-if basis. That is, as if the property was performing in an ideal state, which may in fact be quite different from reality. As if rents were really at market value with no concessions, for example, first month half off or last month free. As if operating expenses were stabilized and not as high as they really are. As if deferred maintenance were already completed. When a commercial listing broker presents pro forma income and expenses, usually in the form of the APOD, or Annual Property Operating Data, the buyer's task then is to validate true and complete actual income and expenses. We call that due diligence. Recall the commercial purchase process from the previous video. You make your initial offer based on available data, most likely pro forma data. Then you do your financial due diligence, and if reality is substantially different from pro forma, you renegotiate major issues if necessary. If you cannot reach common ground during renegotiation, then you terminate and find another property. Often, residential investors who are new to commercial purchases want to see all the financial data before making an offer, but sellers rarely allow this. In the commercial world, financial data is confidential, and non-disclosure promises must be signed. If you were the seller, you wouldn't want your data out in public because that might weaken your negotiating position. So you should expect to have to sign such agreements when you're buying. Also, if residential buyers don't understand the differences between residential and commercial purchase agreements, they'll be reluctant to make an offer based on preliminary data. But it is perfectly acceptable and even expected that due diligence can lead to renegotiation in commercial purchases. That's why it takes several months to close commercial acquisitions compared to several weeks to close residential purchases. Beware the commercial seller who fails to provide 2 to 3 years of profit and loss statements and tax returns for a property, as these are the primary tools used to verify income and expense data. Owner-occupied mobile home parks and storage facilities are examples of these kinds of sellers. But if you can't verify actual income and expense data, then you can't calculate cash flow and property value. That doesn't mean you shouldn't buy such property, but you'll have to find other creative ways to verify income and expenses. Thanks for watching, and if you know other investors who might find this type of information helpful, forward it, share it, and see more like it at investorsonly.net.